Hello everybody, and welcome to Ancient Architects. Please subscribe now to get the latest ancient history news and independent research from around the world. It seems that many of the new archaeological discoveries are very ancient, and in this video I'm taking a short look at the research of Juan Jose Ibanez and his colleagues, and their paper titled Flint Figurines from the Early Neolithic Sites of Kharaysin in Jordan, which I've linked below. For a start, I didn't know that 10,000-year-old finds were classified as Early Neolithic, so I've learnt something new. But I guess that timelines are being pushed back all the time, especially as we have learned a great deal more about our ancient ancestors with new discoveries over the past 20 years or so. We know there is cave art and also a small handful of figurines from these long-forgotten remote times. But what experts have uncovered in Jordan is astonishing, in that dozens of these Flint figurines have been discovered, all of which are morphologically similar, and collectively they are a window into the lives of ancient people. For a start, they cannot be mistaken for flint tools because they don't seem to have any obvious use. They have no specific wear or purposefully sharp points to be spearheads or scrapers. They have been knapped in very specific places, creating a certain form that does look to be a crude human. They were found in burials at a site in Kharaysin in Jordan, a site that dates back to the middle pre-pottery Neolithic or the 8th millennium BC. Because they were found in burials, the experts believe they were manufactured and discarded during mortuary rituals and remembrance ceremonies that included the extraction, manipulation and redeposition of human remains. As stated on the website ancientorigins.net, the early expansion of human-shaped artifacts is generally associated with the growing requirement for material icons to support prevailing religious beliefs. Beliefs that seem to have been directed towards female deities during the early Neolithic, although some say that female figurines were actually in the minority. These items were interpreted as cultic objects by the experts, vehicles of magic, and could have been used in initiation rites. But, on the other hand, they could just be children's toys. It seems they existed at a time when humans moved away from being hunter-gatherers and came together to start farming. So, understanding these figurines may tell us something about the mindset of the early Neolithic people. Of course, like any ancient discovery, these figures are open to interpretation, but I would urge you to read the paper before having a go, because it is important to understand the site they were found in. The site in question covers 62 acres and was occupied in 4 distinct time periods. The first people at the site date to the start of the 9th millennium BC. The second people lived in the second half of the 9th millennium BC, the third at the beginning of the 8th millennium BC, and the fourth at the beginning of the 7th millennium BC. The artifacts date to the third level of human occupation, buried in the ruins of rectangular houses with lime-plastered floors. Each object shows 2 pairs of notches, which makes them appear to have a human form, and experts know that they were deliberately carved. 71 of the artifacts were analysed in detail, and none of them showed any wear, meaning they were not conventional tools or weapons, and are therefore likely to be either artistic, ritualistic, or maybe just toys. But they could be something else. Maybe they did have a practical purpose that we just don't know. The human body interpretation is a hypothesis. It isn't a fact, and you may agree or disagree with the experts working on these finds. I can see a crude human form, and this shape is also seen in 2 clay figurines, which also come from the same time period and the same region. So, were these flints and clay figurines used in funerary rituals to honour the ancestors? Maybe, but maybe not. Whatever their origin, the vast quantity means they were important to the people of this region 10,000 years ago. But, for me personally, I would like to explore the idea that they were in fact some kind of tool. Maybe for hosiery, or something creative, or maybe something mundane and practical. Maybe the notches are to keep something in place like string or wool. I don't know, but I do think we need to explore all the options, and I tend to veer towards practical solutions as opposed to ritualistic with any new discovery that comes to light. But maybe I'm biased in that way. Maybe they are depicting primitive gods, or maybe they were models of deceased people. But whatever the truth, These artefacts were found and were found in a large quantity, so they were important, and I'd love to know your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. Thank you very much for watching this news update from Ancient Architects. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel, please like the video, and please leave a comment below. Thank you very much.